The next recipient, I'm honored to have him on my list, which is great, is Paul Burleson from Westlake Royal Building Products. I mean this. He's one of those people that does not need an introduction, but I gotta read what's on my page. Documented as the youngest canvasser in the history of the home improvement business, Paul has 44 years of experience in every aspect of building materials, remodeling, in-home sales, and marketing processes. A $1 million producer for Amery, Statewide, and Pacesetters, Paul has a long history as a home improvement specialist and trainer for Reynolds Aluminum, Owens Corning, Alcoa, Ply Gem, and currently Westlake Royal, designing in-home selling systems for home improvement for more than 30 years. He's nationally recognized as an industry seminar speaker and trainer. Paul has also written hundreds of articles and conducted countless interviews promoting and growing the building materials and remodeling industries. He leads the industry in AI, TCPA compliance, which is a real pain in the neck, and virtual measurement tools. Please welcome Mr. Paul Burleson as a legend of the home improvement industry.
So we'll warn you, I'm probably going to cry. Is this on? Okay. Have you ever wondered what a dream looked like that you had for 40 years? This is what it looks like. You know, I learned a lot of stuff about myself in this Legends process. I learned that I could run a pretty good political campaign and solicit people for votes. I mean, it's so bad I think every bartender in the country's voted for me. I think every friend in here had an email set up by their dog and they voted for me. I mean, when Mr. Dobine and I, we got the rental car the other day and we were coming here, a homeless guy rolled the window and said, "Paul, I voted for you. I just wanted you to know." So this has been a dream come true for me. Like my whole life I dedicated this business. My whole life has been a struggle. You know, those of you who don't know a lot about my story, I got hit by a car when I was 6 years old and I was a body cast till I was 9. Till I never walk again, till I never accomplish anything and I sat in that living room from 6 to 9, wondering what my life would look like, what it would be like. Not knowing if I had a chance to accomplish anything. But with God's will, I was able to walk and I overcame the odds. So I didn't have any socialization skills, so I said I got to find a way to make an impact, to find a way to connect. So I sold Grip magazine when I was 10 years old, and then at 12 years old I started selling Mason shoes, and I just knocked on the door by accident, my first sale of a home improvement guy. That Saturday I was canvassing, knocking doors, and the rest was history. But my life has always been defined by struggle, and I've always been drawn to people that struggle. The movie that defined my life is Rocky, specifically the 14th round of Rocky 1, when Apollo Creed, the greatest fighter in the world, against an unknown Rocky Balboa. In 14th round, he knocks him down, he gets up. His coach Mickey's saying, "Stay down, Rocky, stay down." But see, it was all about Rocky, it was about going the distance. It was not about anything going the distance. And Apollo Creed knocked him down. He turned around and he thought it was over and he got back up again. See, I was drawn to that because I knew if I never gave up, if I kept believing, I could go the distance. And that's been the theme of my entire life and career, is to help other people go the distance. My success is nothing other than the people in this room. And I tell this story. Nobody can tell this story. It's so hard for me to tell because 44 years ago, when I was struggling, was so poor, the rats were so big in my house, they were chewing through the door, and I laid in bed at night praying that the rats wouldn't eat me alive. They had to put metal plates and Section 8 housing on the door so the rats wouldn't get inside. And I just needed a reason to believe. And the man is in this room tonight, give me a reason to believe. And he was a young kid himself. And that man is Joe Chate. 44 years ago, he said, we were in the office of campus. He said, I'm going to a Dave Yoho event in Nashville, Tennessee. Kid, would you like to come? I said, yes, sir, I would love to come. So we're driving there, and he looks down at me, and he sees I got holes in my shoes. And he stops over to a little town in Cookeville, Tennessee, which so happens to be where I live today. He took JCPenney's, he bought me a pair of shoes. And then we went to Dave Yoho, and I sat there, Dave, and I sat there, I don't remember this, on that third row, and I looked at you, and I came up to the stage and said, sir, one day I'm going to be on stage with you, Dave. And I looked at Joe. Joe said, kid, you're never going to be on stage with Dave Yoho. By God, I'm here right now, aren't I? Yeah, baby. If you have a dream and you believe and you never give up, you can accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. But you got to believe. So I had a great career. I canvassed. I was always through high school and to college. And then I wanted to try something different. So I went to work for Reynolds Aluminum where I could coach and train companies all over the country. And I found ways to start becoming disruptive with technology. I had the first website in 1996 when people told me I was crazy. I had the first YouTube testimonial in 2005 when people told me I was crazy. I went on in my career to do a lot of things with remote virtual measuring, working with Dale Thornberry, the guy who helped create Hover and One Click Contractor, and told people that you'd be able to set and measure a house, not leave your home. They told me I was crazy. And then I proved to them I was crazy when I met a guy at a conference in Atlanta, Georgia, and he's in this room tonight. I think of him like my son, Michael Catalano. I met him. He was with a company called Rilla. And I said, what does this thing do? And he told me this story. And I said, we can change the world with this tool. He's like, not really going to matter, man. We spent our last $500. If we don't get a sale tonight, and you said this to me, Michael, we're done. I said, we're going to get some sales tonight. And we sold something. Next week, Patrick, I don't know if you remember, I called up Paul DeGranis. I said, you got to meet this kid. You got to meet Sebastian. And I introduced them. And next thing you know, then the next week we kept going. Now they're one of the top AI companies in the world because I believed in them and their struggle. Because they struggled. But now they've been successful. Through them, they introduced me to every AI company you can imagine. The Lace, the Rise. Engage was actually not an AI company, but they were my first strategic partner. The first Westlake Royal Pro partnership, we'll talk about that in a minute, we had. So these AI kids believed in me because I showed them a way that I can teach you how to talk to the home improvement industry. It didn't exist in our business. And I take pride in bringing that in because I believe what this technology is going to do and the impact and changes it's going to make on our world. I met a man 16 years ago by the name of Bill Conlon. Bill Conlon couldn't be here tonight. But he changed my life. I was at Alcoa. I was 3 times president. Say I had the golden jacket. I was cocky. I thought that there was nobody better than me. But I wasn't growing. And I said, Bill, I have a vision. I want to change this industry. I want to bring more value. I want to be able to go in and teach people how to bring more value than just price and products. And I said, I had a vision. He said, well, it's going to take a while, but I'll support you and I'll stand behind you. There was a time where I was working in the territory of Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, and Alabama, covering 4 states for 4 products, and still traveling the nation to prove to them that I could build a national training program, that I deal with Home Depot, that I deal with Champion, that I deal with Power, that I deal with Home Fix, I deal with Window Nation, I deal with Window World. But I had to prove that I could do it until we rolled into this position I'm in today as National Remodeling Accounts Manager. The fact that I have people here in this room, James Devine, I love him like a father. Like, these guys define this business. Guys like Joe Chate, you don't know how hard this business was. You couldn't get in this business unless somebody died or went to jail. It was a protected business. But these guys paved the way for me to be here. My Westlake Royal team are the reason why I'm here right now because they support me every day. The Mark Van Huffels, the Austin Crawfords, what they do for me. All the other guys here, Mike Shaw, Jim Markowitz, even Buck Rameyson, former Super Bowl champion from New England Patriots, calls me a friend. A kid that was never not supposed to be anybody has so many powerful friends and people in his life. You know, Westlake Royal Pros was a vision I had that this lady, Becky Duffy, wherever she is, she made a reality. Now, Becky's my handler. Those of you who don't know. She has the job saying, no, Paul, corporate will not go for that. Paul, you're going to get us in trouble. Don't say that. Paul, you can't do that. But sometimes she says, Paul, you can. She's the reason why all the AI partners, all the people in this room, finance companies, everybody that's on my side, she's the reason we have this program. Mark Hewitt couldn't be here tonight. I appreciate it. Sal Vaccarino gets my back every day. Rob Balfon supports me with insulated siding. You're nothing without the people behind you. Yeah, I probably think too many people, but without these people in this room, I wouldn't be on this stage. I was just a kid that told he could never be anything. I'm proof that a loser can be a winner because I believed I can make a difference. So I want to leave you with this. I want you to focus on the windshield for a reason. The windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror. The rearview mirror is behind you. What I did yesterday doesn't matter. It's what I'm going to do tomorrow that's going to make an impact. I'll continue every day to change this industry. I'll peddle plastic till I hit the casket. I love this business. My best years are yet to come. My best successes are yet to come. And I'm going to tell you right now, St. Louis, you're not ready for me tonight. I'm just going to tell you right now, we're going to hook it up like a tow truck. But we got a big event party on the second floor, Sterling Room number 3. All my friends, everybody's invited. Thank you. I didn't deserve this, but I'll take it.
This is for you.
Victory! I'm jumping off stage.